Hey guys, welcome back to the Style and Beauty Doctor on YouTube. Now, summer is coming, or it's here depending on when you're watching this video. The temperatures are rising, and if you want to keep your foundation on your face, you need to be watching this video, so stay tuned. So this will be a talk-through tutorial, and I'm starting foundation free. I do have eye and lip makeup on, but no foundation, and let's get started. So first things first, when it comes to summer foundation, is you may not be able to wear the foundation that you wore the previous season. And that might be for a couple of reasons. One, the formula might be a little bit too heavy for the summer. Two, the color may not be right. Now, us women of color, two things can happen when we tan. We can get darker, which is like, oh, okay, duh. But we can also change an undertone. Sometimes when I tan, I may not get that much darker in color, but my undertones will look super red. So I kind of have to change my foundation to something that has a little bit more of a reddish undertone in it. Now you want to make sure you check out the description box because I'm going to have some links to some blog posts, one including a post that I wrote called How to Get Your Foundation to Do the Most. So you might be able to take last season's foundation and make a couple of adjustments, and there are a couple of products that you can use to alter it so that it works for you in the warmer months. Make sure you check out the description box because I have done my beauty bloggerly duties, and I have reviewed, swatched, and have pictures and everything up for a bunch of lightweight foundations that are great for the summer that come in deeper colors. So make sure you check that out. So if you're one of my boos out there that you feel like you need more coverage, first of all, don't let people try to tell you, don't be wearing all that makeup and smack the finger out of the way. You wear what you want to wear. But what's awesome is that there are a lot of full coverage foundations out there that are super lightweight, so they feel undetectable. They feel like you have nothing on, but it covers like a dream. So make sure you check out the description box for some reviews and more information on those type of foundations. Now your first step in your summer foundation routine, of course, is going to be your skincare. Make sure that your skincare coincides with your skin type, your current skincare issues, and of course the climate that you're in. I can't use the same skincare products that I would use in the winter that I would use in the summer for many obvious reasons. In the summer I tend to switch to lighter weight formulas, but make sure you use a gentle cleanse. I've already cleansed my skin. As you can see, my eyes are already done. I don't have my foundation on, but I'm going to start with a moisturizer. Now, I don't care what kind of skin type you have, you need a moisturizer. If you have oily skin like me, I like to use mattifying moisturizers. If you have a drier skin type, you want something that is for dry skin, but maybe lighter weight. So look for things that are lighter in consistency and texture, but that are for dry skin. What I also do sometimes, and it's optional, but if I know I'm gonna be out all day and I want my makeup to last, I'll use a primer. Now I've done a bunch of reviews on foundation primers, so again, make sure you check out the description box for more reviews. But I like my longtime favorite primer for foundation. It has been the Mally Beauty Perfect Prep Primer, which I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna use a little bit, get that all over my skin. So what this does, it helps to smooth over the pores, and it also gives your makeup something to hold on to so that it lasts longer. So when it comes to foundation in the summer, you can do so many different techniques. You can apply your foundation where you need it and then set it with powder. That might be preferred if you just kind of have a couple of areas that you want to just even out. What I do sometimes is I'll just use concealer where I need it, usually under the eyes, maybe on my forehead or on my chin, depending on if I have dark spots that I need to cover, and then I'll just set that with powder. Or you can put it all over. You do you, but for this particular video, I'm gonna do it all over just because that's what I want to do. Mixing the Invisablur, and I'm only gonna use 2 drops of the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops because I want a little more than sheer, but I also don't want something that's full coverage. Now, normally in the summertime, I may not have my eyes done as much as they're done now, but I was filming some other videos and I was like, well, I just want to keep my eyes because after this, I'm going home in the street, so might as well just keep the eye makeup on, right? Right. So I'm gonna mix that together. I'm using a beauty blender. Now, your tool that you use can also help to manipulate your foundation, and I wrote about that. I know I keep telling you to go to the blog, but seriously, the blog is a really great resource where you can get more information in addition to this YouTube channel. So I'm gonna mix these together. So yeah, I'm using a beauty blender here. I wet my beauty blender first, and then I squeezed out the excess water. So I'm just going to apply that. Like so. Let's see if you can see the difference. Okay. And now I had a lot more hyperpigmentation up here than what I did now. But if you want to find out how I got rid of it, guess what? Not only is there a YouTube video, but there's also some blog posts, so make sure you check that out in the description box. Now, when you're applying your foundation, especially if you're doing an all-over application, don't forget, you have to get in your hairline because you don't want that line of demarcation where it looks like you have on a mask. So make sure you blend in. And see, what was really cool about the custom cover drops is that I didn't use that much and I had enough for my full face. So then I'm going to set with powder. I always set with powder. You know, the powder helps to set the foundation so that it stays in place. The only time I do not use powder to set my foundation is if the foundation itself specifically says you don't need to set with powder. Here I'm using the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat. Now this is a foundation as well, but I can use it to set it because I'm using a brush with fluffier bristles, so it's not applying too much makeup. I'm just going to put this all over. Now I tend to get oily all over, but if you want to maintain a little bit of a dewiness or a little bit of a glow, you can just, you know, powder down in your T-zone. So now you could stop here, but remember what I was saying about the reasons why you highlight and contour and things like that, because it puts dimension back in your face. Like, I'm pretty sure this looks fine. I would even go outside with no makeup on at all in the summer sometimes. I'm sure this looks fine, but if you wanted to, you know, add some dimension back into your face, or if it was just a certain look that you wanted to go for, I'm gonna add a little more. Now, of course, while I love a good highlight and contour because it brings out your features, and of course for us women of color, it helps us to look more dimensional and doesn't look flat and yada yada yada. I've talked about this in a bunch of contouring videos, so I'm speeding this up. But if you want to know more about highlighting and contouring, including some mistakes that you should avoid, make sure you check out my previous videos, which I'll link in the description box. Darker your skin, the brighter the blush, and you knew it was coming. I have a video that you can check out on blush basics for dark skin, so you can check that out and learn more about blush. I'm wearing a blush by Black Up. I think this says 11, but it could also say 17. So I'm putting this on. I swatched a lot of Black Up blushes, so make sure you check out the description box. But yeah, I like blush because it helps to bring your cheeks out. It helps to make you look more alive, alert, awake, youthful, gorgeous, all of the great adjectives. And then I also go in and I blend it out. Sometimes when I'm on camera, I wear more blush than what I would in person because the camera can kind of wash you out. So yeah, that's my summer foundation routine. Now here's some other tips, because obviously we know that once you do this, you know, you step outside and you're outside for a couple of hours and you're sweating and you're moving around and things, you know your makeup's not gonna stay like this. So here's some things that you can do. There are a gazillion products that you can use to combat shine and touch up your makeup throughout the day. There's blot powders, there's blotting papers, There's even these, I like this from Beauty Blender, the Blotterazzi. These will give you more of like a satin finish. If you want to be matte, then you may want to go for like a blotting powder. But this kind of, you know, just use it to soak up any excess oil. I like it when I don't want to look matte. But if it's the summertime and I'm like breezy city, I need something that's going to be more matte. So I may use, you know, good old fashioned matte blotting powder in, what is this, Deep Dark. Basically what you do is you can use a blotting powder and just kind of blot wherever you may be shiny. Now the thing with these blotting powders is make sure you are replacing the little compact sponge that's in it, because what's happening is you're getting all your oils and the dirt and all the free radicals and all the gunk from in the air and the pollution and all that other stuff is on your skin, and you're putting it in the compact and it's just ugh. So make sure you're replacing those regularly. You can get a pack of compact sponges or these little like powder puff things very inexpensively. So, you know, make sure, because you can be putting all kinds of bacteria and stuff on your face and causing breakouts. Now another thing, there are a gazillion of these things as well too. You can do one of these refreshing makeup mists. This one is from Giorgio Armani. This is a refreshing makeup fix. And basically it's just like, oh my God, it feels so refreshing. And what some of these things do, now make sure you make sure you read the description properly, because some of these are makeup setting sprays, some of them are just refreshing sprays. You want to make sure you know what the spray is doing and what for. And then what some of them also do, they also help to refresh your makeup so that it's not looking cakey and powdery and things like that. So that is a summer foundation routine for darker skin. Now I did a whole series last summer on summer makeup, summer skincare, summer hair, so make sure you check that out. Leave me a comment. What is your favorite summer foundation? Or what are you gonna be using? What makeup are you gonna be wearing this summer? Leave me a comment below. Let's keep the party going. Make sure you follow me on social via the links in the description box. And again, that description box is gonna have a plethora of information, links and things like that for reviews, products, yada, 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 you name it. Make sure you check that first. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys. For more fashion and beauty tips, make sure you check out thestyleandbeautydoctor.com and stay tuned for even more makeup tutorials on this channel, including a 5-minute makeup series.